Hi, this is Vicky Shoemaker with Learning Home Volunteers, and I want to welcome you to our session on pumpkins and a little bit more. With fall brings pumpkins and squashes from the field. Maybe you and your family will visit a pumpkin patch where you can pick your own pumpkins. Some of the pumpkins are tiny, some are very, very large. I saw the one that actually got weighed in Half Moon Bay, 1,700 pounds. Wow. Some of the pumpkins are orange, but they actually come in different colors. They come in white and green, almost a reddish color. Some pumpkins are grown to be eaten, and we use them in soups and breads and pies. And we're even going to get to test out a little bit of those pumpkin seeds ourselves. Um, you ready to get started? Well, I love our collection of pumpkin books this year or this time. We're going to start off with a nonfiction offering about the field to table journey of this year's pumpkin pie. This book has some really great pictures of all the stages of our pumpkins went through to get to our table. The second book, which I really love, is called Pumpkin Jack, and it's about a little boy who carves a pumpkin for Halloween and then names the pumpkin Jack. And then we get to see Jack decay after he's put outside, getting smaller and smaller. And then in the spring, Jack delivers a special surprise. The last book, Sonadores, by Yi Morales, is about making home in a new place. And with family, any place can actually become home. Really lovely book and a great sentiment as we kind of enter into all of those family time seasons that are coming up. In your box, you're going to find some paper materials to help record your pumpkin investigation and guide the conversation about pumpkins. Let's start with some of the parts of the pumpkins. You know, you can use this books to help them kind of talk about the senses as we smell it, as we look at it. How does it feel? How's the outside feel? What does the stem feel like? And so forth and so on. And of course, they can use their cubes to measure how big their pumpkin is, not only how tall, but how wide. And then we'll use the two sheets of paper, which we provided for the various words around the pumpkin, so that you can actually cover all of those different pieces that make up what a pumpkin is. Um, then as they kind of dismantle it, we can have them actually sort the pieces into various pieces on your own tablecloth, newspaper, whatever you put the seeds in one place, the actual fibrous things that hold those seeds inside the pumpkin, and then the actual flesh itself. But the real exercise for our pumpkins is to allow the child to experience the decay in this place after they finish with it for Halloween, if you choose to do that. The decay of plant life feeds the soil and the new plants that are coming, as we discover in our box, Jack. And if you were to put it into something where you could see and just close the container, you would begin to discover what happens to it. And we can certainly put our pieces of pumpkin into a Ziploc bag and seal it. The sealing will do two things. One, it'll obviously keep any of the smell out, but more importantly, it'll create a hotter environment. And the hotter the environment is, the faster things will actually decay. And every few days, you can look at the pumpkin with your child and examine what is new. Take some pictures, and at the end of this session, take a look at the whole group together to see the differences from one stage to another. And then when you're done, you can put the actual pumpkin outside, or it'll actually turn to dirt. And here we're actually seeing it feeding the critters and a brand new pumpkin seed actually coming up from the seeds and everything that ended up in the soil. Pretty amazing, actually. It'll be gone in no time. Well, number activity number two is really all about um, enjoying the beautiful color that comes during fall. And with the leaves begin to change, we thought it might be fun to create a tree and create a little color of your own. So in your bag, you're going to find clothespins and some cotton balls. You want to put the paint colors on a plate and then attach a cotton ball to the clothespin itself. Dip the cotton ball into the color of your choice and start making leaves. I like how when the colors are applied over each other, you could actually create new colors that didn't exist before. And I don't know, kind of looks like what it looks like with uh, leaves in the fall, which is lovely. In your box, you're going to find so printed paper, one that's marked number 3, which is going to describe how a pumpkin plant comes from starting from seed and ending up as a pumpkin. Did you know that the seeds are actually edible and many cultures eat the flowers too? And then the pumpkin itself actually can be made into pumpkin pie, pumpkin soup, um, all the things that are going through all of those. So, in your little bags containing pumpkin seeds, just like the seeds that you found inside, but they have been dried out. And so, if you were to take the seeds and dry them out, they would look like this. And they have a hard shell on the outside to protect the part of the seed that grows into a pumpkin. And we've included some dried pumpkin seeds in the shell for you to take apart or even try. You can eat them. And inside, you're going to find raw pumpkin seeds. These are also edible. And they can be toasted, salted, or even spiced to make great snacks. You might know them as pepitas. All of these seeds included in activity number 4 are edible. If your learner is not allergic to pumpkin, they can even taste them. Well, that's all for this week. I'll see you next week.